So, hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new. My name is Ollie and today's video is one that I am very nervous for and very excited for. Normally I ask you guys to ask me questions to get to know me more and whatnot, but this time I have asked the two people who probably know me most in this world, my best friends, Amelia, who I call Meals, so if I call her Meals, it's Amelia, and Jess. And the original plan was to have them both here and do it like that, but lockdown. So it's just going to be through the phone. I asked them both to just prepare however many questions they want and for it to be the most like revealing, most uncomfortable kind of questions, because I think it'll be interesting to what we ask, and I think you guys wouldn't necessarily think of asking these questions, but I'm sure you'll definitely get to know me a little bit better throughout this video. So let's just get on with it and let's see what they ask. So I'm going to start with Meals because she sent me hers on voice note, whereas Jess for some reason wants to do it on FaceTime. So Meals has sent me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 voice notes. So I'm going to listen to the first one now.
Where is the craziest place you've had sex?
Oh god. Right, first of all, okay, I didn't know it was going to go down this kind of path basically. So any family, grandma, mum, you might not want to watch this video. And anyone who's not of age or anything, don't watch this video. But I say the craziest place, crazy, I don't know if it's crazy. And I'm not going to say anything about it, but car park, to be honest. We're going to move on from that.
How old were you when you knew you were gay?
Well, that's a good one. To be honest, I'm not too sure. I think it's one of them things where it's been in my mind for like however long, where it's like this. I remember in year 6 there was a boy who I kind of had a crush on, and I remember then being like, oh okay, what does that mean? And I don't think I understood what gay was or like what straight. I don't think I understood what anything was when I was in year 6. But I think I was only just beginning to understand what things were. When I known from year 6, I just didn't fully understand it.
I think you've changed as a person since high school / sixth form.
So the next one is, do I think I've changed from high school or sixth form? Oh, these are good questions. Oh god, I love this. I wish you were here. Yeah, completely. I'm a different person. I'd say in high school and sixth form, because of like groups and the popularity pyramid in high school, I used to be part of quite a big group and we'd always have like parties and stuff, and like back then I was like, oh my god, I don't want to miss a party, oh my god, I don't want to miss an invite in case like I'm not friends with those people anymore, or things like that. Whereas now I couldn't care less about things like that. Like back then I think I sacrificed a lot of my happiness to be around a lot of toxic people and a toxic environment to try and fit in more and be more like part of the crowd. Whereas now I couldn't care less about any of that. I think I'm a completely different person. The next one.
Did you lose any friends in 2020?
Did I lose any friends in 2020? I don't think I lost any friends, no. I certainly cut connections and cut putting effort in with people. There's absolutely no need for it. So, no, I didn't lose any friends, but I definitely cut off any odds with people that I just didn't need. And I feel like that sounds like tea or anything, but it's really not. Like, I wish everyone the best, I wish everyone nothing but positivity, but in my life, I like to have a small group of people around me who I know I can trust and love and support each other. I don't like big groups.
Do you think coronavirus and being in multiple lockdowns has affected you mentally?
As a whole, for lockdown, I've definitely had my down days, but I certainly know I've had a lot more good days, and I'm actually very grateful for my lockdowns that I've gone through, because I started YouTube, I started TikTok, I started pushing them as almost like a job where I'm getting paid for things and stuff. So like, I've started yoga now, I've started exercising every day now. Like every lockdown I've had, all I've done is use that time to better myself and work on something which I've always wanted to do. So for me personally, my mental health and my happiness levels, apart from not being able to see my best friends and George, that sucks, like period, that is awful. In terms of my actual own mental health, like I'm just so happy all the time. So yeah, I don't think it's affected me that badly. And then the final one for Meals.
If you could go back in time and change one thing about your life, what would you change?
I always say I'd never go back in time and change anything because I won't be where I am now. One thing that springs to mind is I'd start YouTube earlier, but then who knows where it could have gone, and who knows if it could have completely failed, who knows, like, do you know what I mean? So it sounds so cliche, but honestly nothing, because I'm so happy where I am right now, and I feel like I wasn't ready for YouTube and I wasn't ready to put myself on the internet, reveal, like share my life with strangers, especially on like TikTok and stuff. Like, whereas now I feel a lot more mature. I know who I am now. So if I was on YouTube back then, I felt I would have been living a life on the internet. Whereas now I'm always myself. I know who I am. I'm proud of who I am. So I'm more than happy to share everything about me to you guys and everything. So honestly, probably nothing. So that was all of Meals' questions. They were good. I feel like you must have learned a lot about me there. Thank you very much, Meals. I'm now gonna ring Jess. So guys, Jess is here on the side on FaceTime, but I'm not gonna put her here because here is too loudly.
Hi. What has been your
most shameful experience?
Oh, 100% the mask incident. So, me and like George and a few of his friends went for brunch in, I'm not gonna say where, I don't want to be barred. Me and George and his friends went for brunch somewhere. Brunch is bottomless, so you drink a lot. And obviously because of COVID, I had a mask on. I wasn't feeling too good because of the amount I drank. Went to a toilet to like there. Or as I got to a toilet door, my mask filled up with the drinks. And all of his friends were like coming out of the toilet. And they all just saw me and I just stood there with a mask full of regurgitated drinks. And that was pretty shameful. That was embarrassing. Like,
Do you secretly not like people but act nice to their face? If so, name them.
I don't think I do. I think with me, I don't necessarily like everyone, but no one does. But I'm not just gonna be like, ew, shut up. Like, you're just pleasant, aren't you, to a face to keep a nice atmosphere. But no one springs to mind where like, oh, I can't stand that person, yeah, I'm dead nice to you. I don't think so.
Have you ever watched a strange category of porn?
What counts as strange? No, I wouldn't say so.
Out of the ordinary?
No, I'd say mine's pretty ordinary.
What is in your web history that if someone saw you'd be embarrassed about?
I mean, I'm on a private browser, so there's actually nothing in my web history. The other day, I googled something about my feet and if it's normal or not. But I don't know if that's embarrassing. But the other day, because I've got like, my little toe is really little compared to all my other toes. So I wasn't sure if it was abnormal, so I googled that the other day. So I'd say that's it.
If someone offered you £1 million to break up with George, would you take it?
That's awful. 1 million. How much is 1 million in perspective? What could I buy like a house with that? Would I have to work again for 1 million? Oh no, that's really awful. No, I'm gonna say no, I wouldn't. It would definitely cross my mind to accept it, but I'm gonna say I wouldn't.
Have you ever peed in a pool with other people in it?
Yes, everyone's done that, and if you say you haven't, you're a liar. I don't do it anymore though, ever since Grown Ups came out, and when I think someone peed in a pool and it all went blue. I've never done it since then because I've been terrified that would happen, but I used to, yeah. Oh, I also pooped once in a pool by accident.
Do you pick your nose and eat it? Or
Yeah.
have you ever done?
I always do that. I'm sorry. I don't understand why it's such a taboo. I do it and Giorgio's mental at me. But I'm like, it's my nose. If it was someone else's, fair enough, that's quite gross. It's my nose, so yeah, I do. I don't see what the problem with that is, genuinely.
You know what always used to get me is when people did it in class though.
Oh yeah, you don't do it in class or at work. You pick your moments, like in bed or something, or like on your own. You don't just sit in like a meal table and do it.
When was the last time you argued with someone and what was the reason?
I don't argue that often. I think it was probably with George. This is actually one. It was about Valentine's Day, guys, because he doesn't care about Valentine's Day. And to be fair, neither do I. But I'd like him to care about it a bit, and I'd like to care about it a bit, and then make it special. Like, even though we can't see each other because, you know, lockdown. I was planning on like trying to work out what we can do on like FaceTime or something. But like, it's only Valentine's Day, it doesn't matter. And I was a bit like, well, no, it doesn't matter, but we should make it matter. So that was kind of a bicker, not an argument. I don't really argue that often.
If
You and George
were dying in front of you, who would you choose to try and save?
That is not a question I'm answering. If you and George were dying in front of me, he would answer. No, I can't answer that.
Yay, well, it's uncomfortable questions, come on.
Okay, I can't even look at you. I think my answer would be, I don't know, because what comes to head is their parent. Imagine both your, I can't answer because imagine both your parents. I'd probably end up lying there myself and just be like, someone kill me. I think it'd be George comes to mind first of the memories we've built.
Decline and call.
But I wouldn't want Jess to die, obviously. I wouldn't want anything bad, like my best friend. My initial instinct is to save George.
What are you gonna say now that you've killed me? Have you ever been caught doing something you know you shouldn't have been doing? So what?
Loads of times.
The worst one then.
One time, oh, this is so embarrassing. This is really uncomfortable, actually. So one time, I was at George's house, this was probably 3 years ago, and his mum, who is a great cook, she cooks all the time, she's amazing, but she had made these chocolate or truffles or something, and she offered me one. So she offered me one, and I was like, so I bit into it, I was like, oh wow, this is really nice, but secretly I didn't love it. So I was like, oh, I need a wee, whilst I still had it in my hand and my mouth. So I went for a wee. I ran upstairs to George's room, which I forgot his sister was staying in. So I ran upstairs to his room, barged the door open and spat it in the bin, and I looked up and his sister was just staring at me. And I was like, oh, hi. And that was just really embarrassing because I just felt awful, and then that was embarrassing.
What's the most disgusting thing you've ever done?
Probably pick my nose and eat it. Or, actually, everyone always gets weird about this one. So say I've got like an ice cream or whatever, I'll have a bite, give some to my dog, then I'll have some, and then give some to my dog, and then like we share it. But every time someone's seen me do that, they've gone like, oh, that's vile. And I'm like, why? I'm like, it's my dog.
What age did you lose your V card?
It was 16, it was when I met George, 16.
What's the cringiest text you've ever sent?
So many.
Too many.
So many. I'm a very cringy texter. It's probably one which had like, probably like baby in it or like things like that, and there's always a lot of X's on my messages and a lot of hearts. You know when you send a text to like your boyfriend or girlfriend, it's a bit like, and then you send it to a wrong chat. I actually have, yeah, that was cringy. It was something, it was meant to go to George, that kind of platform, and I sent it to the group chat which he was in and all of our group friends were in, and that was cringy. That was very cringy actually, I remember that one.
Have you ever been rejected by someone?
No. Like I've just never gone for someone, they've always just come for me. That sounds so awful, that sounds really arrogant. I don't mean it in like an arrogant way, I just mean I let them come to me, they can do the chasing and I'll just sit and wait. I mean not since 4 years, but...
Ollie, you have had many sponsors and endorsed advertisements since starting TikTok and YouTube. What is one brand you promoted but never used again?
No, there is one. So I work with a brand called Hidden Lions quite often, and they sent me a cap. They sent me a fair bit of clothing, but they also have sent me a cap, and I don't wear that cap very often. In fact, my mum has it because she loved it, so.
This is kind of like a follow-on question from the first one. Ollie, you have had many sponsors and endorsed advertisements since starting TikTok and YouTube. What is the highest amount you've been paid?
150.
Out of us two, which one do you think is hotter?
Out of me and you? I think you are.
That is such a lie!
No, I think you are more attractive than I am.
Have you ever lied to me? This is just for me.
Oh, I lied about an answer a second ago, yeah. No, I've never lied to you. Well, thank you very much. So that was interesting. I'm sure you've definitely learned a lot about me. So that was Jess and Meals, my two best friends who literally know everything there is to know about me. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you feel like you know me a bit better. I hope you don't all go and unsubscribe. I'm thinking of doing a part 2, and I'm thinking of getting George to ask me some questions, and I'm also thinking of getting like my family to ask me some. So it's like a part 2 and a part 3. So if you want that, let me know down below. But if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button anyway, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more from me, and I will see you next Thursday with another video. Thank you.